Anyone else in person?
One thing you guys gotta understand, I don't play mind games. So whatever the flow of the game is, that's what's flowing.
What did you like about the group you had on the court late in the
And
game?
the energy and momentum was shifted in that.
Angel Reese just dropped a bombshell on social media, and it's got everyone talking. The WNBA star went off after TERESA Weatherspoon got fired by the Sky. But here's the thing. Is Reese really the victim here, or did her own actions play a part in this mess? Reese's reaction was intense. She posted about feeling heartbroken and lost.
Favor, but regardless of that, I have a tremendous amount of respect for this team.
It's clear she had a strong bond with Weatherspoon. But you know what's crazy? This whole situation could seriously mess up Reese's career and the WNBA's image. Think about it. A young star player lashing out on social media? That's not a good look. And it makes you wonder, what's really going on with the Sky? Are there bigger problems we don't know about? This isn't just about one coach getting fired. It's about team dynamics, player-coach relationships.
When you consider how they're kind of bringing your team back into the game, again, does that play into potentially inserting?
Games are games. Games are games.
And how stars handle pressure. Reese might be hurting, but this meltdown could hurt her even more in the long run. You know what's wild? While the Sky were struggling, Angel Reese was breaking records. She set a new WNBA mark with 15 straight double-doubles. But was her personal success actually hurting the team? Let's break down this roller coaster of a season for the Chicago Sky. They finished with a disappointing 13-27 record under TERESA Weatherspoon.
I'm not thinking of that. I'm not thinking of that. Think about going winning games. We'll figure it out.
And this coaching staff and what they're doing tonight.
That's a great shot. You got Angel Reese, your star rookie.
But get this, they were actually in playoff contention for a good chunk of the season. So what went wrong? At first glance, it seemed like the Sky had all the pieces to make a solid run. They had talent, they had potential, and they had Angel Reese putting up insane numbers. But as the season went on, cracks started to show in the team's foundation. Reese's 15 consecutive double-doubles were impressive, no doubt about it. She was dominating on the court, grabbing rebounds and putting up points like it was nobody's business.
What did you like about the group you had on the court late in the
And
game?
the energy and momentum was shifted in that favor.
Late in the game, you have the group on the floor. Dana's on the bench. What was the decision there to leave Dana on the bench late in the game?
That wasn't the decision was made. This group was going. You don't stop the momentum. The group was going.
On paper, that should have been great for the Sky. But here's where things get complicated. While Reese was racking up personal achievements, the team's overall performance was taking a nosedive. It's like they couldn't figure out how to turn individual success into team victories. And that's got people asking some tough questions. Was Reese's focus on stats hurting team chemistry? Did her pursuit of double-doubles come at the expense of running plays that could have benefited the whole squad? It's a tricky balance, and it looks like the Sky couldn't quite figure it out. Here's another piece of the puzzle. Marina Mabrey left the team for better opportunities. Now, we don't know all the details, but it's hard not to wonder if there was some tension behind the scenes. Was the team dynamic off? Did other players feel like they were being overshadowed? It's easy to point fingers, but the truth is probably more complicated. Maybe the coaching staff couldn't figure out how to use Reese's talents effectively within the team structure. Or maybe the pressure of trying to make the playoffs got to everyone. Whatever the case, it's clear that something wasn't clicking for the Sky. They had the talent to be contenders, but ended up near the bottom of the standings. It's a reminder that in team sports, individual achievements don't always translate to collective success. The line between confidence and arrogance can be razor thin in professional sports. Angel Reese's social media presence has ignited a firestorm of criticism. But is she really to blame for the Sky's struggles? Or is she being unfairly targeted? Imagine being called a coach killer after your rookie season. That's exactly what's happening to Reese right now. The backlash has been intense, with critics zeroing in on her social media posts. They're saying she's all about I, me, and my. It's like they're painting her as this selfish player who cares more about her own stats than the team's success. But hold up. Reese isn't taking this lying down. She's firing back, saying the media is twisting things to make her look like the bad guy. She thinks they're exploiting her situation to create this villainous narrative. And you know what? She might have a point. Here's where it gets messy. Reese is fed up with criticism that goes beyond her performance on the court. She straight up said, anything beyond basketball criticism is unacceptable. You gotta wonder, Is she drawing a line in the sand, or is she trying to dodge accountability? It's easy to point fingers when a team's struggling. But let's be real. Can one rookie really bring down an entire coaching staff? That seems like a stretch. Sure, Reese's focus on personal achievements might have caused some friction, but there's usually more to these stories than meets the eye. Think about it. The Sky had a rough season, no doubt. But pinning all that on Reese? That's a big leap. Maybe the team's struggles were a perfect storm of issues. Coaching decisions, team chemistry, and yeah, maybe some growing pains with a young star. Here's the thing about being a rising star in pro sports. The spotlight is intense. Every move you make on and off the court gets scrutinized. For a rookie like Reese, that pressure must be insane. She's trying to prove herself, build her brand, and help her team win. That's a lot to juggle, but let's not forget, Reese is human. She's gonna make mistakes, say things she might regret, maybe even get a little too caught up in her own hype sometimes. That doesn't make her a villain or a coach killer. It makes her a young player learning to navigate the pros. You think this drama is just about Reese and the Sky? Think again. It's showing us some big problems in the WNBA. This whole situation is like a pressure cooker, exposing issues that have been simmering for a while now. Let's talk about the balancing act these players have to pull off. On one side, you've got the team's success. On the other, you've got individual stardom. It's not easy to keep both plates spinning, especially for young players like Reese who are trying to make their mark. Imagine being in Reese's shoes for a second. You're a rookie in the WNBA, and suddenly you're breaking records left and right. The spotlight's on you, and everyone's watching your every move. But here's the kicker. You're also expected to be a team player to put the squad's success above your own stats. That's a lot to handle, right? And it's not just about what happens on the court. These days, players are under pressure to build their personal brand too. Social media's changed the game completely. Now, you've got to be a star athlete and a social media influencer all rolled into one. It's like playing two games at once, and both of them are high stakes. The increased media attention on women's basketball is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's great for the sport. More eyes on the game means more fans, more sponsorship deals, more opportunities. But it also means more scrutiny. Every tweet, every Instagram post, every comment in a post-game interview, it all gets picked apart and analyzed. But you know what? This whole mess with Reese and the Sky could actually lead to some good changes. It's forcing everyone to take a hard look at how WNBA teams manage their players and deal with the media. Maybe we'll see better support systems for young athletes who are trying to navigate this crazy world of pro sports and social media. The WNBA is growing, and that's awesome. But growth comes with growing pains. This situation with Reese is shining a light on some of those pains. It's not just about one player or one team anymore. It's about figuring out how the league can evolve and adapt to this new landscape.